I want to go to the Shadow Foreign Affairs Minister, Simon Birmingham. Simon, thanks so much for your time. I know this is always diplomatically sensitive, so I appreciate that as I ask you your reaction to today's verdict.
Well, hello, LJ. Look, the United States is a nation with very strong, very robust judicial and democratic systems. Now, they are systems that are not the same as Australia's, but they are ones that we should respect in the way we expect other nations to respect our judicial systems and our democratic systems. So this will play its course through the court proceedings and the legal proceedings as it has to date, and may well through appeals as well as sentencing or other factors. And they're matters for the US and their systems. What matters to Australia is our relationship with the US and our ability to work with US administrations. And the reality is that we have done that in the past effectively as a nation with the Trump administration. We're doing it today with the Biden administration. And no ifs, no buts. We must be, whoever's in government in Australia, able, willing to work and committed to do so with whoever the next administration in the United States is. We
were able to work with the Trump administration, but it was a Liberal government. Now it is a Labor government. Do you think that would change anything, knowing what you know of Donald Trump and how he operates?
There is a real test there for Anthony Albanese, and he, Penny Wong and Ambassador Kevin Rudd all need to make sure that they are in the strongest possible position to be able to work with whoever wins in November and whoever forms an administration next January. And if there are changes that become necessary in terms of the way that work is done or how representations are made or by whom, then they've got to all be big enough to make those changes. I want to be clear that Ambassador Rudd has done a good job for Australia to date. He's been effective, hardworking in Congress, and we want to see him succeed. But more importantly, we want to see whoever holds that office succeed. And so if it becomes apparent that changes are necessary, then the government needs to be big enough to make those changes.
Well, so you're saying if Trump does win, the government would have to make a proper assessment on whether Rudd could stay in that role?
From what I can see, he has been seeking to reach out, build relations, engage across both sides of US politics. He's done that in the Congress. It appears he's doing that at different state level and within the parties, all of which, as he should, to ensure the contingencies are there for Australia to have effective representation, whoever wins, whoever forms government. And we want to ensure that Australia's ambassador in the US is successful. Doesn't matter who it is. We've had great people doing good jobs on both sides of politics in the past. Think Kim Beazley, Joe Hockey, Arthur Sinodinos, and as I've said, Kevin Rudd has been doing a good job to date too. But ultimately, they've got to be clinical and clear in their assessments and make sure that when an administration is formed and key figures to that administration are appointed, that they have an ambassador and arrangements in place who can get the calls answered, get through the door when required, and have Australia heard where necessary.
Yeah, I think you're right, and congratulations on your first marathon, Senator. It is quite a feat. one only for me. Hope you do a second one.